with this unique mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. That Brahman is infinite. This universe is also infinite. This infinite universe came out from the infinite Brahman. But by taking the infinitude of the infinite, the universe, it remains as infinite. That is Brahman alone. Peace, peace, peace. Friends, we were reading the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad. And from there, we are not going verse after verse. We are continuing the journey with the great Rishi Yagnyavalkya, and then he is meeting different scholars and having some debates, and we are learning from him. In the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad, those who are regularly following, those who have already studied, you must have noticed that it grows from very, very ordinary to the subtle. They started with the horse sacrifice. And then slowly, it has come to a point when we have already discussed about all the different ways of sacrifices. And then someone was asking, what are gods? Last Sunday we discussed. The Gargi asked him about the Brahman. But the Brahman is something which we have to understand, we have to realize, but we cannot explain. That is the most very, very important thing to understand. Yesterday only one young lady came and she was telling that about the Brahman. What is Brahman? I told, can you explain about yourself? Then she told that my father, my family, my education, but it's all external thing. Whatever you are saying, all external thing. But who actually you are? No, you cannot explain that. But you know that, you feel that. I am existing is the great proof that I am consciousness. This body, it may be there. All these organs that we see may be there. But I am existing, this is very, very important. I am existing is not the body. It is not the mind, but it is only the existence. So that is very important. I am existing. This existing, this idea, this is the way we can understand. Then when I am existing, what happens? Can I go and tell people, hey, I am existing? Sometimes this had happened. Then when I am dead, but the dead person don't know that he is dead. He comes and he will be patting the others. Hey, I am here. Why you are crying? But they don't understand that because by that time he has become only ether, only air. But the feeling is there. That departed soul is feeling. There's a lot of that type of stories are there. If it is so, I can understand that I am the self, but I cannot explain it. So what is the way? Now, all these questions were over. All the scholars, they admitted Yajnavalkya is the best one. Now the Janaka himself started inquiring about it. It was his curiosity. Janaka had a little ego. I know Brahman. I have learned about it. Many people, they always, after reading some scriptures, and they think that they have understood it. The Janaka also got some of the instructions from different scholars, and he thought he has understood it. So in the beginning, he is asking Yajnavalkya. The great rishi Yajnavalkya satisfied all scholars and other experts in different spiritual, religious fields. Some asked about the yajna, some other questioned about the gods, others wanted to know about the Brahman. Yajnavalkya's answer satisfied them all. Now the host, Janaka, the king of Vidarbha. Now we know that Sita is the daughter of Janaka. And Sita is also known as Janaki, as because the daughter of Janaka, she is also known as Janaki. Also, Vaidehi. Why? Because she is also from Videha, that particular place. The country, the state was known as Videha, and she was known as Vaidehi. Her father's name was Janaka, so Janaki. And she came up, as the story goes, someone left her somewhere in the field, and Janaka went there to plow. And when he was plowing, he found that beautiful little girl in that field. So as because the plow is known as Sita, her name was Sita. So this is the story of the Sita, the great wife of Sri Ramachandra. And this, the Janaka, he said, Ubacha ha. In beautifully Sanskrit it says, Ubacha ha. Yajnavalkya kimartham achari. Look at it. The way he is asking, that ego is completely expressed. Yajnavalkya kimartham achari. Kim artham. Why? What is the reason of your visit? Kimartham achari. Why you have come over here? Poshunichan. You want some donation from me? Because he is a king. So naturally, when someone visiting him, of course, for some favor, Poshunichan, desiring some cattle as gift, or Onu antan sukshma vishay iti. Now you like to discuss about the subtle knowledge with me. So if we notice in the beginning how egoistically he is talking with the Yajnavalkya. The Yajnavalkya always very same, equal. Whenever he is meeting people, he is always the same. Anuantan sukshma vishay iti or poshunichan. What is your purpose? You like to discuss about the subtle thing with me? Because I know that. I can discuss with you. And if you want some gift, a donation, I am a king, I can give that to you. Ubachaha. Now, the Yajnavalkya is giving the answer. Ubacha means said. Ha means truly. This is truly, he said. Samrat ubhayam eva. Now, he was very interesting. He said both. I have come to a king because I need some favor. Of course, some donation. When we visit some rich people, what for? Some donation we expect. But sometimes, of course, we come back with a cup of coffee, that's all. So, so they don't understand. Otherwise, we could say like the Janaka, Ubhayam. So, Ubhayam, Samrat, Ubhayam eva. O king, for both indeed. Now, from here, we will hear why one should meditate on every organ. Now, he is asking the the Janaka, O king, please tell me what you have learned from the scholars. Te kachit yat abrabit tat srinubama iti. Te kachit, what you have learned. Because as he said, I am ready to discuss with you about the subtle things. This is good. But now tell me, who has taught you and what they have taught you? Now he said in this way, Te kachit yat abrabit tat srinubama iti. I am desirous to listen from you what you have learned from the other scholars. And King Janaka said, Shailini jitva me abrabit bhagvai brahma iti. Shailini. The name of the teacher is Shailini, but he is Jitva. Jitva is the name of the scholars, and his father is Shailini. The father was a scholar. Now the son is also a scholar. So the family tradition is there. Suddenly someone he has come and describing, no, it is not like that. Parampara is there, tradition is there. Whenever you will go, that's why you will find mostly when we go for some lecture, they want, so what you are. So instead of giving from which university I have passed, what paper I have published, we say, sannyasins, and they are supposed to say, from whom I have received the initiation and who has given me sannyasa. That is the great thing for the sannyasi. Those who understand, they understand. Because it is parampara. If you go and take sannyasa, you can go to Himalaya and bathing in the Ganga. You yourself can take a Geruva and give a beautiful name and to yourself, then can declare to the world, hey, I am a sannyasin from today. No. What is your tradition? The moment they say, then we understand, oh, he belongs to this particular group, and this will be the ultimate thing. So, he said that I will tell you. Shailini jitva me abrabit bhagvai brahma iti. This particular teacher, who is from this lineage, taught me bhagvai Brahman. Organ of speech is Brahman. Now, question is about Brahman. It's not about God. It is about Brahman. But what is that Brahman? Everybody is confused. So then they are telling bhagvai Brahman. Why? Because you are expressing. You are not only cognizing, you are not only thinking, you are expressing that idea. And that is the language. That is the Bhag. This is so powerful. So obviously, this is Brahman. If you can understand this, that will be sufficient. So this is the way the discussion is slowly moving. Why the Bhag? Now, only they said Bhag. Now, when we are giving, now that I am talking, before uttering a single word, that particular idea is vibrating within me. Then slowly it is coming up and taking the form, taking the shape, and taking a word, because whatever way I have learned, that way I am now expressing. It is the last is Bhag. When we are talking, that is the last stage, is Bhag. But it begins from the vibration. They have 5 stages. So that's why Hinduism is very scientific. So they always say that this way only you have to. I am talking, not like this. How it comes, they went to the root of that. Just any scientist, anything happen. Like why the apple fall from the tree to the ground. Everyone knows it. But the scientist sat over there, why it has not gone up, Why not north? Why not south? Why down? So he started and slowly came out with the truth. Similarly, the medicine. So why this person is having this type of disease? What is the reason? This may be, that may be. So many different ways. See, the pandemic, it was so terrible. But hats off to all the scientists all over the world. Some of the big companies, they marketed the medicine because they have the money, they purchase the knowledge. But those people sitting in the laboratory went on researching with the terrible disease. They are also exposed to that disease. But without caring that, they wanted to know where from it comes. Do you remember? First they told, have the distances. Why? They saw that if there is a little distance, then it is not going and reaching to the other person. Otherwise, it is going on increasing the number because they are so close to each other. The first step, without any medicine, they told you must have to maintain the distances. Don't come in close contact and all that. So these are the discoveries. Here also, they say the Bach. This Bach is manifesting in a unique way. So this is the Brahman, this is your goal, understand this and control on that. Now up to this he learned. Yajnavalkya learned up to this, the Bach is the Brahman. I must be very careful about uttering the words and must be choosing the best words, and that I should apply, and the sound also creates vibration and change the mind. I was just in the morning when I was taking the coffee, breakfast, I was hearing in the CNN, they are very wonderful way they were telling that our present president, he gave a fiery lecture and everybody is impressed. 62% of people, they are impressed with his talk. Talk only. Only a lecture. But that lecture changes the whole thing. Why Bach? If you can throw the word in a proper manner, if you say, we are going to go for a war with the China, and then if the China, that won't have the effect. But when you are going for a war, and obviously you are pronouncing the word in such a forceful way, thousands of people, they stand up and say, yes, we should go. That is called Bach. And some of the people, the great leaders, they have that capacity. When Swami Vivekananda, that young man, he came and he addressed over here that power of Bach. That touched the hearts of so many thousands of people, unknown people. He was from an unknown land, completely unknown to the people, and the philosophy is completely unknown. What did he say? Stories only. In that unique, wonderful lecture, he told a story. Don't be narrow, be broad-minded. So, two frogs story. But that gave the impetus and that impression on the people. Every day wanted to hear from him. So that is the power, and that is Brahman. He learnt it from one of his guru. O king, now the Yajnavalkya is asking, did he tell you about its body and the support? Now the body and the support, that is the way he is asking. That means, now you say the Bach is Brahman, that is the supreme. But on what basis you can say that? On what basis? Because when I say that, the impact is temporary and after that it changes, that cannot be. Today, this moment, a person is very much impressed, and after a few days, he says, no, it is not like this. He changes his mind. How that can be? Because Brahman is one and eternal. So, is it tallying with that? What is his support? No. Then he said, no, sir, he didn't teach me that. O king, this Brahman of knowledge has only one food. Well, you are telling about this, it's okay, but this is only 1/4 of the knowledge that you have got. Now, the first blow the king received. The king knew that I know Brahman, I have learned from the teachers and they are Brahmagyanis, and I can teach you. So with that idea, with that ego, he was giving all these answers to the Yajnavalkya. Now the Yajnavalkya, he said, as if removing a fly, he said, oh, this is only 1/4. Now tell me more. The king was obviously taken aback. He said, O king, this Brahman has only one food out of 4 and naturally no use. Then the king said, O Yajnavalkya, then you kindly teach me. Now he is asking this, you kindly teach me. But that is also not very humble way. Okay, just correct me, okay, like that. You kindly teach me means not in that humble way that a student should come to a teacher. You know, in our country, this is very, very important. The modern universities, the teacher and the student has no relation. He is a paid man, he has been given the money, it is his job to come and teach us and guide us, and we will write, and he is supposed to go through our papers, and that much. But ancient India, it was Shraddha. You have to come and sit at the feet of the Guru. Maybe that you are a prince, a king's son, but you have to collect the fagots from the jungle. And then, with a humble way, you have to bring those fagots. Because in those days, they used to go on burning the fire. Not like present day, anytime you can lit the fire. Once the fire is there, it should continue. So naturally, a lot of woods were necessary. Who will bring it? In a very humble way, rich man's son, king's son, they are going to the jungle, collecting those fagots, those dry woods, and then coming, keeping that bundle of wood on his shoulder and coming to the teacher. So humbleness is necessary to learn. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Then he is asking, kindly instruct me, O king. Then they said, well, this is undifferentiated. That supports Brahman is the source of all, including Hiranyagarbha, the first created one. Friends, you know, in the creation, of course, always duality, non-duality. These are the two strong schools, very powerful school. A duality, they will say, Dvaitism will say, the first creator is Brahma. The Brahma, the God, and the Supreme God created him. But those who are following the path of knowledge, they say it is Hiranyagarbha. Hiranya means the golden. It's a golden egg. It came into that. From the egg, it was manifested. So first was Hiranyagarbha, and from that, everything. Why? Because the one who is creating comes under the spell of changes. The Hiranyagarbha changes, Brahma changes, but the Supreme Being can never change. Tantra, afterwards when they came, they said it is Paramashiva. Paramashiva, the dead one, as if the dead one, inactive one. He wanted to create. He just thought. Then came Sadashiva. See, the names are changed, but the idea is the same. They said Brahma from the Supreme Being, and this is Hiranyagarbha from the Supreme Being. It is the Sadashiva from the Supreme Shiva. And then all these things comes. The Tantra, Vedanta, and Dvaitism, they all talk about some source from where creation comes. Here it says Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha, the first created one, that is the support. It is also supported by that Brahman. If that consciousness is not there, Hiranyagarbha won't be there. Janaka said, "O Venerable Sir, I am really thankful to you. Now I am meditating on the buck, but not the consciousness at the back of the buck. Now when we give the mantra, we give a name of a god, but it is not that, it is the consciousness that at the back of that god. That God is identifying as the consciousness. That supreme consciousness is the main we are supporting." So Janaka said, "Venerable Sir, I am thankful to you. I like to give you 1,000 cows and the big bull as a gift to you." Immediately the Rishi said, "Sorry, king, I cannot accept that." Look at it. He came to receive some donation. But now when the Janaka is giving this, he said, "I cannot accept it because my father taught me, unless your student is really got some knowledge from you, you should not accept any donation from him." We can get an idea of the society. Now the teachers, don't bother, I have taught you, you give me the money, and whether you fail or unsuccessful, it doesn't matter. But the real guru will never do that. He will be always careful how the student is proceeding, how the student is faring, whether he is successful or not. So, "Pita me amanyata na ananu shishya haret iti." Ananu shishya haret iti. The shishya, the student, unless he is properly educated from me, through me, I won't accept any donation. So this we will hear again and again and again, and that is the uniqueness of the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad. The same thing they will repeat, but we won't go for repetition. We will only take the how he is asking and ultimately how he is reaching to the ultimate knowledge. Now tell me what else you have learned. Now he said, "Udanka Shaulankayan Pranavai Brahmeti." Udanka, the son of Shaulaka, has taught me that the vital force is the Brahman. Same way he is asked again, so what is the support of the vital force? Now within us, there are 5 forces are there, which is helping us to survive. Prana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, etc. This is only the vital force, the air, but it has different functions within our body. And that function is helping us to survive. And the ancient type of medicine, they used to be based on this function. So they used to know which air is not properly working in the body of this particular person. They used to treat that. So this is the way, this 5. He said, "Okay, now again, are you only thinking those forces are Brahman? Then it is a mistake. Oh, please teach me." Then he taught, you must meditate on the consciousness, the support of which this is functioning. Then third came, he said, "Barku, the son of Bhashna, taught me, I verily is Brahman." Now when we go slowly, so the Bak, then Vayu, then the eye and the ear, all these sense organs he is learning from different teachers. But the teachers only taught up to that, or the Janaka could not understand the real meaning of it. He was only having this is sufficient. Then again he said, no, it is the consciousness. The Gardhavi Bipita, a descendant of the Bharadwaja Rishi. Bharadwaja was a great Rishi. He told me the year. Someone told I, someone told the ear. No, again. Well, I is of course the Brahman. And it is really, really Brahman because when you hear something, you don't feel like believing. But when you see something with your own eyes, it's the direct perception, obviously you feel, yes, I can understand, I can believe it because I've seen it. When we are visiting some place and then reading about that place, we can understand, oh, this is truly, it is that. So this is the way eye. Ear, also the same. But it is the Brahman, which is the consciousness. Unless it is attached with the ear, you don't hear anything. The consciousness must be there. Don't think that particular instrument is Brahman. No, it is not. And that's why they say, the Veda abheda bhavati. Hinduism, they say, when you are studying the Veda, it is just like studying the map. But when after reaching to the destination using the map has no value. You can keep it for the next generation or you can throw it. It doesn't matter. So sometimes we give so much of importance on our scripture. Oh, the book, you should not touch. Some religious fanaticisms are there. If you touch their book, and there will be riots, they will be starting killing people. Why? Without touching, how can I study? I like to study that. But they don't study. They only go, oh, this is our holy book. Most of the places you will find people wrapping Bhagavad Gita with red cloth and keeping in in a bunk and somewhere, oh, we have a Gita. Gita is a book, you have to study that. And similarly, when we hear, oh, that is sufficient, we have heard about, but one should not think in that way. You have to understand through the Guru Vakya, the words of the Guru or the scripture, whatever we have learned, is it taking form within me? Changes are coming or not? So it is consciousness again. Then thirdly it goes, Satyakama, the son of Jabala, instructed me saying, mind is verily the Brahman. So slowly, all the 5 organs, different teachers taught him in different way. The mind, because without the mind, whatever you hear, as because mind is connected. If the mind is not connected, even if you hear, you don't hear. Even if you see, you don't see. Why the mind is not connected? Sometimes it happens to us. In a practical life also, I am just looking, so many people are passing, but I don't notice them. If someone comes and says, did you see a girl pass through that way? Girl? Maybe, so many have passed, I didn't notice. Why the mind was not with the eye? And that is the alertness. Sometimes we are reading some books, going on line after line, but it is not actually understanding why the mind is not alert. If the mind is concentrated, mind is alert, whatever we learn, immediately it brings the real knowledge to us. So he said that Satyakama, the son of Jabala Satyakam, that is a beautiful story it goes. Then it is the only truthfulness. Who is a Brahmana? A truthful person. He is a Brahmana. It's not by birth. So the Satyakama, the young boy, he went to a guru and the guru asked, who is your father? He went back to his mother. He was the only mother, the single mother. So he asked, they're asking for my father's name. The mother told, see, I don't know. I go and serve in different houses, and you know that obviously somebody may be the father. I don't know who is your father. Go and tell, your mother's name is Jabala. And the boy came back to his guru and said, I don't know the father's name, but my mother's name is Jabala. All others laughed. But the guru appreciated. Look at it. You must be a Brahmana. So courageous and never hiding. Nothing to hide. Whatever I know, I am telling you the truth. It happens in life. What is there? And it's depend on the knowledge that I am going to acquire. It is not the father or the mother. It is me. So the Guru became very happy and taught him, and he became a very famous rishi in those days, the Satyakama. The Satyakama, that's why name was given Satyakama. He was based on Satya, and his mother's name was Jabala. And Vidarbha, the son of Shakalya, Vidagdha, the son of Shakalya, he taught me the heart is the Brahman, the Hiranyagarbha. Now the Chakshu, the Karna, and the Bak, and also the mind. And now he says, I heard that it is the heart. What is the heart? It is intellect. Intellect is the Brahman. And this is called Hiranyagarbha, this is the ultimate. Janaka ha Vaideha. Now it says again. And he again and again said, no. You have not learned properly. It is not that particular organ, it is the consciousness you must have to understand. You have to meditate on the consciousness. Now when we meditate on a particular God's figure, we think that we are meditating. No, it is the consciousness of that. And that Jesus said, leave everything and come unto me. And he said, see, Jesus said, you must have to go through Jesus. You must have to accept Jesus. Wrong. It is not the human Jesus. It is the supreme consciousness that has taken the form of Jesus. He is asking. In the same way, Bhagavan Krishna also said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. You give up everything, all your responsibility, come to me. I will take your responsibility. Then the Hindus, particularly those who are worshipping Krishna, they will say, look, Krishna is the only God. Wrong again. It is not the Krishna. It is the principle that is actually Krishna is presenting. In that form is not important, it is the principle. When Swami Vivekananda came over here, he was talking about Vedanta, not of Sri Ramakrishna. When he went back, his brother disciples, they wondered and asked him, how come that you have never said any word about our master, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna? Then Swamiji said, as was his own, he said, do you think you have understood more than me? I have not understood anything about Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is not the form. Sri Ramakrishna is the ideal. That I have told, and that is Vedanta. And that says each soul is potentially divine. I have given the idea of Sri Ramakrishna. It's not that only particular God or goddess is only particular form or without form. It doesn't matter at all. Now when this was over, the chapter 4, section 2, now it says, Janaka ha Vaideha. Janaka, the king of Videha, Kurchat upa apasarpanam. Abasarpan got up from his seat. Now, Janaka was sitting and he was talking with the Yajnavalkya. Now Janaka has understood, oh, I have not learned anything. All these I have done is nothing. So some of the people, they learn something, some of the technical words of the yoga, and they say, now I have reached to the Saptabhumi. Swamiji, what next? If you have already reached to the Saptabhumi, what next? One young boy, he came and told, I have seen Brahman in all the grasses, in all the trees. Now I like to leave. After realizing Brahman, you are supposed to be here. People should come to you to learn. Why you are going out? Anyway, where you are going? My friend has a sushi shop. I like to be the manager of that shop. After Brahman, realization of the Brahman, Now, this is the wrong conception. So, why we are studying the Upanishad? Because of this. The conception must be very, very clear. Vidyate hridaya granthi chiddanti sarva samsaya tashmin drishti parabare. So, what will happen to you? There will be no doubt in your mind. You will be fearless. Abhayam. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita they say it is abhaya. Abhaya means fearlessness. What type of fearless? Because I am not actually going to die. No harm is going to happen to me. I am completely all right. Because this body doesn't belong to me. So this is the way when they are understanding. Very nicely, I will read the Sanskrit. So you will understand how the picture that is depicting Janaka ha Vaideha. Vaideha, the kingdom, he is the Janaka of that, he is the king of that. Kurchat Upa Abha Sarpan got up from his seat and giving up his ego as a knower of the teacher, approached Rishi Yajnavalkya, showing humbleness by sitting at his feet. Now he has become humble. Now he is coming and sitting at his feet. Now you know that in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was going on giving his idea. He is arguing with Krishna. No, I am not going to fight. It is not worth. It is better to beg and to survive than to kill the own brothers and friends just for a piece of land. No, I am not going to do that. It is not good. Krishna was quiet. He never said anything. And then afterwards, after saying that, he could not take the decision. If you have decided that I will give up and go, and I will take the life of a mendicant, go. Then why there? Still he was sitting on his chariot, still he was holding the bow and arrow, and that he is not leaving. That means the ego as a Kshatriya, it was always there. And now when confused, he sat at the feet of the Krishna and said, Shishyastiham shadimam tvam prapanyam. I am your disciple. I am thoroughly confused. I don't know what I should do. Please help me. When our ego, we remove the ego and come to God and sit at the feet of God and ask, "Oh teacher, please teach me," it's okay. Now I will teach you. The one person came to a musician, famous musician, and told, "I like to be your student, but you need not to give much training because I know mostly all this about the song, and then the basic all things I know, only some final touches." Teacher told, "Okay." Then another person came and told, "Sir, I like to learn." "What you know?" "I don't know anything." "Okay, you have to pay $50." And for him said $100. I know basic, I know everything about song. Now you are charging double than him? Well, actually, whatever you have learned, I have to remove all those wrong knowledge. So that is why another $50. And then I will teach you what truly the song, so $50. So 100 you have to pay, and one who is fresh. So this is the way sometimes some people, they come to the Guru and say, "I have already acknowledged, realized the Brahman, but further something if there is there is no further. Brahman is complete." We will conclude it that he said that he got up, humbly he came, sat at the feet of the Yajnavalkya, and he said, "Yajnavalkya, te namastu." "O learned teacher, Yajnavalkya, I bow down to you." Have you ever heard Janaka is telling before? So many things happened. He never said namastu. Now only Janaka said, "Te namastu." I am taking refuge at your feet. Ma anushadhi. Kindly teach me the Brahman. Now this humbleness is necessary. If you say, "I know," you will never know. So wherever they are discussing about the Brahman, you should go and sit humbly and try to understand what is Brahman. Yajnavalkya, like a true Guru is always very kind-hearted. Why you have not asked me this? Why you have not said that pranam to me before? So I am not going to tell you anything. Nothing like that. He said, O king, you have learned many things. The basic is already there in you. But tell me, when you are going somewhere, a long distance, either you take a chariot or a boat. By this word we can understand, in those days, they used to go either by chariot or the horses or by boat in the water line. So they by boat. Now you have already having those words of our teacher and you know a basic of it. Can you please tell me, you have prepared yourself for a long journey and to the other world, but do you know after death where you will go? After death where you will go? Ita vimuchyamana ka gatiyasi. This is a great question. After death where we are going? Ka ayam kuto ayata ka ba gati me. These are the three questions that haunted from the beginning of the human civilization. Who am I? Where from have I come? And where I am going to go? These are the, now he is asking, ita vimuchyamana ka gatiyasi. Where you will go after your death? No, Venerable Sir, I do not know. Bhagavan, aham na veda. I don't know. Yajnavalkya is trying to take the attention from the gross to the subtle. By understanding that our five sense organs, eye, nose, ear, tongue, and skin, though apparently alive and function to bring knowledge of the external world, they all sustain on the consciousness. This is the first step we have to learn in the Vedanta. So who am I? I am consciousness. How I know? Because without the consciousness, nothing is activated, nothing is functioning. So that I have learned, the consciousness is the basis of everything. By meditating on them, it's called upasana. So what we are doing, we are worshipping the external gods and goddesses. All the rituals that we do, and in the Shivaratri, most of them they were fasting, didn't take anything, no food, no water, the whole night, whole day, whole night, 24 hours. And this is called upasana. I am aware that I have to develop the consciousness because I am not this body and mind. Something else I have to achieve, I have to know. So this I am doing. So when they do that, that's called upasana, and that slowly purify the mind and mind become powerful and concentrated. In every religion you will find the prescription of fasting. In the Islam, the whole month they will fast. In Hinduism, so many fasting. Almost. Why? Because hunger is such a thing, is very difficult to control. Thirst and hunger. Now you are controlling that. You are asking your mind, no, I am not going to give you any drop of any food or any water. So by that way, you are becoming the master of your own mind. This is called upasana, technically. And this way I am controlling my mind. We know the good, that is the goal, that is the Brahman. We are equipped with concentrated mind, but still we need a competent guru who will guide us to Brahma Jnana. Now friends, we are discussing about the Brahma Jnana. So obviously we are following the path of knowledge. And knowledge, it depends on you only. Why? Because you have to analyze and you have to take the decision and you have to follow that. What to analyze? This, as we were discussing, all these organs, that is for which that only we are surviving. If the eye is not there, I won't be able to see. If the ear is not there, I won't be able to hear. Like that. Without those, we cannot survive. But still, those are not the real thing. At the back of it, there is consciousness. So this is very, very difficult to understand. Without the consciousness, nothing can happen. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, here and there in his Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, he gave the beautiful way, explaining the potatoes, they are jumping in the boiling water and they are competing with each other. Hey, look at it, I am jumping so much, going so high, you cannot. So they are having a nice time. Then suddenly they heard someone is telling from below, the fire existing here below the pot. If the fire is not there, the water won't boil, and if the water is not boiling, how can you jump? So everything depending on the consciousness, which we don't see. In this case, the fire we cannot notice because it is below. Over that there is a container. In the container there is water, and in the water there is potatoes. And we see the potatoes are only jumping. But what is the real source? It is the fire. By that way, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also tried to bring our mind to that particular thing which is called consciousness. We know the goal, the Brahman. We are equipped with that mind. Now we have to start the journey holding the finger of the Guru. Yajnavalkya, appreciating the Janaka, started instructing him. He described the human body, two eyes as if the Indra and his wife Virata. The Indra and the Virata, right eye and the left eye. So the husband and the wife, the master and the lady. So this is the way he is explaining. And their meeting place is the heart. And this is the way slowly he is taking his mind. In fact, the Rishi introducing the sum total and the individual. What is the sum total? It says, and that Vaishyanara, it pervades the universe as both, experiencing the subject and experience the object. Subject and object are the same. Now, ultimate step they are taking, then called Vaishyanara. Vaishyanara is the fire, the Agni. And subject and object. What is the subject? Who is experiencing? And what is the object? The thing that I am experiencing. Now, here I am standing, giving a talk. And I am the subject. I am the subject experiencing that you people are listening. So this is subject-object. Same way, we can all understand. The subject and object, this is a very unique thing, completely different. But here it says both are same. Both are same. When you understand that, we understand Vedanta, because it is the all consciousness pervading everywhere. And without that, nothing is there. This Vaishyanara, which is all pervading, as individual, it becomes Virata. And that means in the waking state. Now, 3 stages. The 3 stages is the way the Vedanta always bring us the truth. Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. There is no other way. Some people, they were telling, oh, Vedanta says the same thing again and again. What to do? The Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti is the only way to go and understand the truth. In the Jagrat condition, when body and the mind and the consciousness are all alert, it is called waking state. We all understand that. Then it goes to Taijasha. That's the terminology they have used. Jagrat, and they call Virat, and Swapna, they call Taijasha, And in that Swapna, there is mind is only working, not the body. And it proves that without body also there is a Jagat, there is a world, and where we experience everything without the body, everything which we experience in this world with the body. So this is the second step that we are understanding. First step, Jagrat, we can understand. Second step, in the sleep, same experience. Like somebody is taunting me, somebody is praising me, I am eating, I am sleeping, I am doing this, doing that. Everything as real as in the real world. Again, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in one of his stories, he said, one person, his only son passed away. Then he got up from his sleep and he was not crying. His wife told, oh, how hard-hearted you are. Your only son passed away, you are not crying. He said, no. Actually, I am trying to understand. Before my sleep broke, I was dreaming that I am a king and I am having 7 sons. Now suddenly, because you pushed me, my dream broke, I got up and I find that I am a only poor man having only 1 son. Now I am confused. Shall I cry for those 7 or for this one? Now everything, nothing but the dream. But when we are Jagrat condition, we think this is so real and we are always concerned about this. But the dream is as real as the Jagrat. So that is the knowledge, though very difficult to accept, but that is the truth. It says the Virata, the waking stage, Tejasha, the dream stage, then come the Prajna stage. In the Prajna stage, when you go to and merges with that knowledge, the Prajna stage, it merges with the Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha, the first created one, and he is the source of creation. As a pragya, an individual goes to the sum total, Hiranyagarbha, and merges with it. And what it becomes? It becomes Hiranyagarbha. This transcendental state, the individual self realizes that it is the Supreme Self. When we can transcend into that, this self is that which has been described as not this, not this. Now, this is a very interesting statement in the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad. All these days, we were saying not this, not this, not this. I am not a grihastha. I am not a householder. I should not do this. I should not do that. I was preparing myself in that way, withdrawing from the world. But when I realize the truth, I see the same world as truth as the Brahman. First, we have chanted Purnamada Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. That is the supreme knowledge. And when that comes, you cannot say no to anything. So that is the supreme knowledge. How you will understand that you have realized that Brahman, you will be full with love for everything. In the dualistic way also, when we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced a wonderful character that is called Radha. Radha, she became full of love for God, and that love she saw in everything, in the trees, in the birds, and in everything, that love, that God. In the Vedantic way also, when you reach to that, there is no two, there is only one, and everything is the same, and there is no hatred. Janaka abhayam vai praptasi. Now, Jaggavalka said, have you realized that? Have you understood? Janaka was calm and quiet. There was no question at all. The Guru understood, his mind has already soared to that level. And when you go to that, all talk stop. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, in a unique way, See, he never studied the scripture. But from his own knowledge, realization, he said, when you are stepping one by one and going to the terrace, you say, this is not terrace, this is not terrace. Every step you discard, neti, neti, not this, not this. But when you reach to the terrace, you say, same thing, that steps and the terrace are made of. Same bricks, same cement, and all things are the same. So, neti, neti, birama jathai. When that neti, neti, not this stop, it becomes one. Another example, he said, villagers, he came to see the king. First, he saw the first person standing with beautiful dress and gun in hand in the gate. Is he the king? Someone told, no, he's a guard only. You cannot understand why the king will stand like that. That's true. Now, he's understanding from his guru why the king should be at the door and guarding. No, he cannot be. The second, the third, the more he is entering into the palace, the more he saw the all different type of people with great dresses, and finally he reached to the seventh door. The seventh door means, in the yoga there are 7 steps, ultimately to seventh door. The seventh door, when he reached, he saw the king. He didn't say anything. The grandeur of all that, he understood must be the king, and this is the king. So Sri Ramakrishna, with very simple example, he gave the knowledge of the Vedanta. When you go to the roof, you see everything is same. And what happens then? No hatred, but love. Thank you, friends. Brahman is nothing but love manifested through the human being. Thank you. If you any question is there?
Online question. Omnism is asking, is Kundalini real? Are chakras physically there in the body, or are they symbols of spiritual progress?
Spiritual progress. So this is the chakras, that is the conception of the yogis. It is not the Vedantic knowledge. The Vedanta will never discuss about it. Vedanta only goes about the discrimination, and it is only the yogis, they will say, the chakra. And the 7 chakra, it is their yogic imagination. But if you ask the doctor to open and check, no, they won't find any chakra. Thank you.
Swami, one more question. Can I ask?
Question? What?
Swami, I have heard about Aham Brahmasmi. Is it the same that which Swami Adi Shankaracharya taught us, like Aham Brahmasmi? Is it the same like Brahman? Or is it different? Aham Brahmasmi, is it different from Brahman? Aham Brahmasmi versus Brahma, is it the same? That's my question.
No, Aham Brahmasmi is a Mahavakya. There are 4 Mahavakyas. The Vedantin, they take up one and they proceed towards that. So, Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, Tattamasi, like that, there are 4, this is called Mahavakya, the great word. Adi Shankaracharya, he explained about who am I. That is called Aham Brahmasmi. Aham means I am Brahman. But how can you explain that? At these 3 steps that we are discussing, Jagrat, Swapna, Susupti. In the Susupti stage, it goes and merges with the pure consciousness, and that becomes Brahman. Thank you.
So the last thing, one thing I did not understand is, my name is Arun. Bach, can you, I did not understand that Bach. Power of Bach.
Bach.
What is it? So,
Bach is the Shabda, the power of. If I use a bad word about you, you will be angry. If I say some word praising, you will be so happy. I am not going to you. Perhaps I have not seen you. Only using some words, that is changing your world. So that is power. So one must be very, very careful using the word. And Afterwards we may discuss, it is taking time. So today, one of our great friend and great supporter, Niranjan Shahji, has come, and his beautiful wife. Today is her birthday. So, so we pray to the Divine Mother, Divine God, for her healthy and long life. Thank you for coming here. So this discussion that we are doing on the basis of the Vedanta, okay? And all the time we have to remember there are Dvaitism in Hinduism, and Tantra in Hinduism, and Advaita in Hinduism. Any path you can follow, but when we are studying that particular path, we are using the particular terminology. And when we will be discussing from the point of view of the Dvaitin, the terminology will be different. Instead of Brahman, they will say Vishnu. Instead of Hiranyagarbha, they will say Brahma, like that. Okay, thank you. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Friends, 17, the coming Sunday, will be the celebration of Sri Ramakrishna Jayanti. So please come. And we have already sent and will be sending all information, the flyer. There is a link is there. Just click that link and say RSVP, send that RSVP. It becomes easy for us to arrange, particularly food. And suddenly if 200, 300 people comes, where from we will arrange the food? And if the people are coming and not getting the prasad, that is also very bad. So please help us to putting the RSVP. No charges, just say how many of you are coming, that will be sufficient. Our puja will begin at 10:30, or you can come at 11, and it will continue up to 12:30 or 1 that month. So Sunday, please come.